Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio, this is SGTV News 4.
What's up, Carolina? I'm Kendall Smith.
And I'm Nathaniel Lemons. Welcome to the first edition of Carolina Calendar for Spring 2020. We're here keeping you up to date on what's happening around campus, in Columbia, and throughout the state.
This week on the show, we will talk about The Bachelor at USC, SHAG Night on Main Street, the Charleston Jazz Festival, and later we will bring on a very special guest. This week marks the second week of the spring semester, so we hope that all of our fellow Gamecocks classes are off to a great start. Now, we are going to get started on the show with a few things happening around Columbia. So can you tell me what's up first, Nathaniel?
Absolutely, Kendall. Well, tonight we've got Thursday After Dark at BOWLERO Bowling Alley in Casey. It's from 10 to 2, and food and drinks will be provided. Like all Thursday After Darks, it's free with the Carolina card, and transportation will be provided. This is a really good one, but I'm not sure about bowling for 4 hours.
Until 2 a.m. on a Thursday. I mean, hopefully y'all don't have classes at 8:30 in the morning, but if you don't, I mean, this sounds like such a fun opportunity.
Absolutely.
Full food and drinks.
I haven't been bowling in 5 years, I think. I would love to go.
Neither have I, but it's more of a pride thing for me at this point because I have to have up the gutter guards when I go bowling.
Oh, Kendall.
So maybe I should attend this Thursday After Dark and work on my game.
I think you do need to get some practice in.
Wii bowling is a little bit different. I could do well with some Wii.
If they had a Thursday After Dark Wii bowling, I would be there
in attendance 100%, but this is a great event. It's absolutely free. They have free transportation, food, drinks. It's a great way to spend your Thursday night, wrapping up the week with something fun.
Absolutely.
What else do we have going on, Nathaniel?
Well, this is pretty big coming up. We've got The Bachelor at USC on February 19th. It's hosted by the very one and only Mike Johnson, and Miss Gamecock and other USC celebs will be there as well. It's presented with Carolina Productions and Student Gov. And you know what's great about this is that people get to be involved. Both guys and girls can apply to find quick love in this show.
This sounds amazing. Like, I saw this just last night. My group chat for my sorority sent it out and we were all like, oh my gosh, we have to apply. Student Government, Carolina Productions really hit the ball out of the park with this one, in my opinion.
I think so. When I first saw this, I thought it was just going to be a watch party or something for the current season, but the fact that they're really getting out in the community and giving people an opportunity to get involved with this such a big franchise, I think it's really cool.
Find love here at USC and Mike Johnson hosting it. I mean, come on.
A staple.
Mike Johnson, they won't even need
the
the spotlight, honestly, wherever the event is being held. They're not going to need it because his smile literally could light up a room. It's going to be amazing.
Kendall, do you believe in love at first sight? Do you think this could actually work?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to go check it out for myself, but I am a big fan of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I'm watching Peter's season, watched Hannah B's season, so this is going to be like right in front of everybody's eyes. They're going to get to watch love and just so much, I don't know. It just seems
It'll be fun.
natural.
It'll be fun.
It will.
To continue with what's going on in Columbia, tonight is SHAG Night at 1626 Main Street. This is a weekly event, and it's from 7 to 11, and music will be provided by Benny Butch Davidson. There's a full food and drink menu for purchase, and I've just heard it's a really great event. I really need to get to go.
And it is reoccurring weekly as well, which is fantastic. So if you can't go this week, you can go the next week, no problem. Again, full food and drinks provided for purchase. It's gonna be a great time. And I heard you are very good at shagging.
I have been around the block a couple times shag dancing. It's my third year here at Carolina, and since it's such an integral part of campus culture, I had to learn freshman year, and my friends and I love to go shagging.
Well, you're gonna have to teach me how. I definitely want to attend this, and I'm sure for many students here at Carolina, it's something fun, it's something different that you can do. Recurring on a weekly basis. Don't forget full food and drink menu. It's gonna be a great time.
Take
shagging.
a break from those TikTok dances and try something else.
Switch it up. I know, we have been learning TikTok dances literally all day, but maybe we're gonna have to learn how to shag now. Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. When we come back, we will have your latest on the big things happening around the state, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone. We're joined now by a reporter, Caden Dinkins, who has the latest with what's big in the state right now. What have you got for us today, Caden?
Thanks, Nathaniel. I'm so glad to be joining you on the first edition of the show. This weekend, if you're looking to take a trip out of Columbia, Charleston is holding their annual Jazz Festival from the 23rd to the 26th. It is $10 for students to get in if you have a valid student ID. The event is 2 sets at 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. There are dozens of local jazz performers, and all the proceeds go to a nonprofit to help promote music education. Isn't that awesome?
That's so
That's
cool.
fantastic.
I have lived in South Carolina to go to school here for almost 3 years and never heard of this.
And I live in Charleston, and I have never even been
Really?
able to attend to it, but it is such an awesome cause that they're like promoting stuff for music. I think that is great.
Right, and you're going to a concert in Charleston
I
on
am
Sunday.
going to an EDM concert in Charleston. Apparently, there's a wide music scene down
Charleston,
there.
yeah, Charleston has got it going on.
Oh, it is so cultured. I mean, I'm not surprised that Charleston is hosting something like this. Every time I go down there, there's always an event going on, and it just gets people around the city and the state very excited. So take a weekend trip out of Columbia down to Charleston. It's
Yeah.
only like an hour and a half, hour and 45
Not
minutes.
too bad,
Not
not
too
at
bad.
all.
Find some friends, go to the jazz festival.
It'll be a good time.
Switch it up.
And it's for a good cause.
Yes.
So
It is.
what could be better?
Exactly.
What else have you got going on for us?
So, another big statewide event happening right here in Columbia is the Great Amazing Race, based on the TV show The Amazing Race. It's a nonprofit group that travels nationwide to host a special 5K obstacle race for people of all ages. The Great Amazing Race will be on January 26th, starting at 2 p.m. in the Sesquicentennial State Park. It's $50 per a two-person team. There are 2 courses to choose from, which I think gives a good option. And if you can volunteer for the race for free, and proceeds go to child cancer research. For more information, you can go to www.greatamazingrace.com. I think it's just such a great cause.
I think so too, and I've grown up watching The Amazing Race on TV, so I didn't know they were doing a spinoff, but I think it's a really good idea.
I do too.
I love how all of these shows that we see on national television are coming literally right to our front door here in Columbia. The Amazing Race, The Bachelor. This is great. Obviously going to a great cause. And for all of those athletic folks out there, I think it'll be a really nice opportunity
Do
to
not
show
run,
yourself.
but
You know what? I can get out there and run for children's cancer.
Yes,
for children's cancer,
absolutely.
yes, for the children.
I agree
Absolutely.
100%. Well, that is fantastic.
Yes. Hope to
Alrighty.
see some of y'all there.
Well, when we come back, we'll have a special guest to talk about other news, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, Gamecocks. We are thrilled to be joined now by our special guest, Luke Rankin, the student body president here at South Carolina. Luke, thank you so much for joining
Well,
us.
thank you for having me. This is
Absolutely.
awesome.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's
Good.
been a very exciting and busy first 2 weeks back. It is surreal. I'm a second semester senior. I do not know where the time went. It's been an incredible time at Carolina, and I've loved my time as student body president as well.
Good. Well, we hear you're getting stuff done this year too.
Yes.
I know the library just unveiled a newly renovated 4th floor.
It
Can you
did.
tell us about that a bit?
So this is something that has honestly been one of my, most excited projects, or the things that made me most excited. So we actually were able to come together. Dean McNally of the libraries was the first person I met with after winning the election. So before I was even in office, before inauguration. And so we met and talked about how could the libraries support students, and how student government can work with the library, and what student government thinks is necessary in our library, and kind of working with our student population. I'm sure that all of you know we just accepted the largest freshman class of our university's history of over 6,300 students. And then now you go into our spring semester with transfer students. We're even higher.
Right.
We know, and this is something that's also being worked on, our student union, the Russell House. It's a beautiful building. It's the heart of campus, but we're a little tight on space. And so we're undergoing a student union feasibility study. And one of the ways that going back to the library I thought was very important, and Dean McNally thought was very important, is that we have more space for students to study. We have more space for students to collaborate. So Dean McNally approached me again after that meeting and said we had this amazing opportunity to potentially redo and renovate some of our library. Not knowing the scale of really what this project would be, we came together, and President Caslin, really, without President Caslin and his support, his financial support and support of this for students, but also Dean McNally, and he brought this really to me, and I ran with it with him and with President Caslin, and so we were able to completely renovate the 4th floor of the Thomas Cooper Library for $750,000 in less than 6 months, in about 5 months.
That's incredible.
It's really an exciting project.
Wow.
So I heard it just opened today?
So actually, it's been open. One of the biggest points that we wanted to ensure is that it was open and ready to go by the first day of this semester. So it's been open since classes started this semester.
All right, wow. I'll
That's
have to go check it
fantastic.
out.
As a freshman myself, I mean, you were talking about how the class of 2023 is so large, and that is true. And the first semester, I would go to the library so much and struggle to find a place to sit and study. So just this new space that y'all have created opens up so much opportunity for students not only to study, but do so in a creative and innovative way.
It is, if you haven't been, please go. It is absolutely incredible. I'm upset that we didn't do this before now. You know, it's like I have a little bit less of a semester to utilize it, but the space is incredible. So not only did we up the ante in the amount of seating, we have 100 new seats on this floor, but we completely reinvented it. We reimagined what the space was like. We are the first library in the state and in the country to have some of the technology in this library. We have these individual study pods that you can go into that have air control, light control, and even sound control that you can better soundproof the pod by clicking a button on a panel and will close the slats of the ceiling. I mean, you have technology that will allow you to plug into a monitor to Skype into students that are studying abroad or that might be in some sort of partnership with this university, not only across the country, but across the world.
Well, this is so good to hear that the university is catering to so many different ways to help you students succeed, and I'm glad.
I have got to ask you, have you had the opportunity to use this library personally with second semester senior year? I don't know how much, your class load or anything, but I'm sure.
So I have a full class load, still a student. But I usually study in the student government office. That's where I live. If I'm not in class or not in a meeting across campus, I'm in that office. That's where you'll find me, even, till late hours of the night. But I have utilized it. And so before we had the official ribbon cutting, I had to get an assignment done and to send a couple emails. So I actually went down and got into one of the pods and started working and sent a couple emails and finished up a little assignment. I mean, it really is incredible. So one of the things that I think you have to talk about when you look at the space is the ability for flexibility and versatility. So you walk into this open floor plan. We moved so many bookshelves that were not heavily utilized. Again, they're all on campus. We have digital platform for anyone that needs it. We moved those, though, to an air-conditioned, secure location, and now that has opened up more space. So it's an open floor plan. You get off the elevators, and you feel like you've walked into a living room. You've got couches and kind of chairs set up with lamps that overhang, and then you go and you see these whiteboards on wheels that can be moved around. So you can use this space how students like us utilize space. It allows us to do group study, individual study. We are allowed to collaborate with students and work together and use the space in any function that we'd like. I think that's the thing that I'm most excited about, is not only having a project that is of such magnitude, I mean, $1 million budget, and we were under budget and under time, but having that completed in less than 6 months in a 5-month time frame, that's incredible. That's something that I've been so proud of and excited that I was able to work. We were in the meetings from picking out color swatches to what kind of furniture to the placement and layout of the furniture. If y'all ever want to come by my office in the student government suite, you can see all the blueprints and some of the earliest drawings of the project.
Wow, so you got to work on your interior design skills a little bit with it. Yes, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Well, any other exciting things happening this semester you can let us in on before we let you go?
Oh my gosh, so March 26th is the last day for me, so it's coming up.
Wow.
It's, again, I said surreal about being a senior. It is also surreal. I've loved every minute of this year. It has brought great excitement. We've gone through a lot of tragedy with loss of students and things that have happened in our community. But the beauty of being a Gamecock and the beauty of being a part of the Carolina family is how we come together, and in times of adversity and times of strife, how we stand up together as one. I've loved, it has been the greatest honor of my life being student body president. And we do have a lot more exciting events, from diversity and inclusion to stigma-free and mental health events, all the way down to the State of the Student Body address. I'm very excited about that. That's going to be at March 18th in the Russell House Ballroom. That's a place where you'll get to hear kind of my report on this year and the state of the student body. So please mark your calendars for that. We've got events in the Alumni Center coming up on March 19th. We've got events geared towards our first year students that are going to be in February. So really, we've got events full plan. We don't stop until our very last day. And my cabinet knows that, and the rest of student government knows that as well.
That sounds so great. Thank you,
This
Luke.
is wonderful.
Well, thank you for having
so much, Luke, for talking with us. We will be right back after this, so stay tuned.
Thank y'all so much.
That's all we have for this week's show. Make sure to stay tuned every week to find out more about what's going on in Columbia and around the state.
Make sure to also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SGTV at USC. Reporting for Carolina Calendar, I'm Kendall Smith.
I'm Kaden Dinkins.
And I'm Nathaniel Lemons. Have a great weekend, Carolina. Forever to thee.